Chat, what's up, man? YouTube, what's up? This is the Needed Podcast, episode 47. If you're in the chat right now, put some hennies in the chat. I don't know how many people in there. Over 100 already in the chat. Already before the start. We already popping. Let's put some hennies in the chat, man. If you guys don't watch this show live, it is Tuesday nights, twitch.tv/dub. You can check it out there, or you can check it out on the SoundCloud. If you don't want to waste your battery on the YouTube video, check it out on the SoundCloud. That link is below in the description. The title's not that amazing. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. This is episode 47. I hope I got my episodes right. I believe we're on 47, chat. If there's a real Needed Podcast specialist or a real fan will let me know that I'm on the right episode. And I am. Episode 47. That's 47. We are closing in. We're like a month away from the year anniversary of the Needed Podcast, man. So definitely excited about that. Madden's been slow this week. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Madden has been slow this week. Didn't really know what to talk about. Didn't really know what was important to talk about. And then, I mean, sometimes when you're patient, good things will come to you. Good things will just arise. If you put the effort in, if you're consistent, good things will just show to you. So I was playing 2K last night. I was playing Madden last night. Before I go to bed, I see problems. See no problem. The GOAT, the best Madden player ever. Skimbo was on his head, but then he got popped in Minnesota, so that conversation is probably dead for a couple of years now. So, and not only is Problem the best bad player of all time, he's a runner. He's a defensive player. So initial thoughts, that we would all have is, Problem probably loves Madden 20. Man, the run game is good. He can play defense. He can definitely keep it moving. And it's things like that. Those are the initial thoughts that you would have. But so last night I pretty much go to bed, and I go to bed to these tweets that, he doesn't like Madden right now. And I don't know how many people like Madden right now. I don't think it's very many of us. And me personally as a passer, I hate Madden, and not that I don't hate Madden, but I hate when the run game is as strong as it is. Now, regardless of who has run D, who doesn't, and I don't think it has anything to do with the armbar. This will not turn into an armbar discussion. That's not what's going to happen because honestly, the armbar for me, I don't think it's that big a deal. I really don't. It's really more about the rest of the game. Without further ado, let me bring my man Problem right. And I reached out to Problem. I said, can you join? Because he had these opinions. So I said, can you join the podcast? Willing, Madden player. Always hop on the podcast. I appreciate you guys for that. So without further ado, let me go ahead and talk to my man Problem. Prob.
Yo,
guy, what's the word? How you feeling? I saw you just win a battle in which you were getting your head beat in the first quarter.
yeah, Henny. You play Henny before?
Yeah, I play Henny.
Every time I play Henny, it's like a headache.
I mean,
He usually wants to blitz all game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, Henny hasn't really been. And I tell you what, nano detection patched Henny. I'll be real. He was tough back when there was nano detection. Or before nano detection, when he could get these mic scrapes and all those, he always had blitz everybody defense.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
yeah.
once they
No,
put
but I
that
figured
nano
he was gonna be
detection,
running like 3-4 and shit.
yeah. But once they put that nano detection out there, that got rid of some of those people that really just blitzed the hell out of people. Now it's just all edge rush, man. But like I said, I was struggling. I felt like it was a slow week. Like you said, Madden is dry right now. And it was a slow week. I didn't know what the hell I was going to talk about today. But then I saw you had a little rant about Madden. It's rare that you go on like a 5-7 tweet rant. And I said, oh, damn. And the thing, and like I just said in the intro, is that you are somebody that, people like, assume going to run the ball and play defense. So to hear you, this is pretty much talking like me, and this is something that I liked. So go into just elaborate on what your thoughts were when you went to this rant. Like, what brought this on, and what is the main inspiration for this?
No, it really is just like getting into head-to-head games and seeing people come out in I-form wing and I-form close and strong guys. Just every game is like the same thing, and it's awful not only to play against because it's like you play somebody like this.
As far as what?
It don't matter how much run D you got. Like, you could be in a dogfight with somebody. You get somebody on 3rd and 5. They run the ball, break 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
not only did they break, but they're running every play, so the clock is running every play.
So every game's a
And it's
battle.
like so limited, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we're playing such low quarters. So you're in these dog fights with people that you should never be in dog fights with, and it's not that the runs are just OP. It's not just the run itself. It's the things that are there to stop the run. Like your DBs running directly into your own his own team. Your
Mm-hmm.
DBs running directly into blockers. Your dudes tripping over each other. I think suction tackling got nerfed so bad that there's times where I'm on someone's hip and I can't even tackle them. They run directly to the sideline and I'm just chasing them. I can't stick my arms out.
Yeah, it's like your
Can't
players don't
ta-
have arms. The DB they don't
yeah,
have arms.
exactly.
You know, they're not even like put an arm out to slow them down. As much as
That's what I'm
tackle
saying.
animation
Like,
is, they should have some animation where damn I put my hand on them, slowed them down a little bit, but I didn't tackle them, and that doesn't happen. You know.
yeah, not only that, it's like they get to the sideline, then they cut straight up the field, and your dude like has no chance. Like you just get outran.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no stumbling over linemen. You know, you could jukebox into them, spin into them. You're gonna be running full speed once you clear the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the opposite side, the defenders are just watching my defense react so bad against the run is just awful. Being a defensive guy, just watching how it all happens. Like when you watch replays on some of these runs,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's not that the defense was out of position completely. It was they just did some dumb shit to spring the runner free. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the user's fault for the defense play call. It's really just animations and all kinds of shit that's allowing this to happen. And then when you throw in like bruiser, you throw in evasive, it's just a bunch of stuff that just makes it even tougher. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I feel
um,
like the chems. First of all, I feel like the armbar. That's not the biggest problem. Like, as far as I'm concerned, one, I think the animation should be different for a linebacker compared to a DB. The animation should be completely different. I don't think they are. I think if you get armbarred, you're getting armbarred. You're getting choke slammed. But as far as I'm concerned, a lot of points have been made that Zeke should break some tackles. I mean, and I'm cool with that.
yeah,
I'm cool
yeah.
with that.
It's
You
it's
know.
more so like how the broken tackles happen. It's like he goes full from there's an animation where he puts someone in the dirt and he's like full speed right after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's just unfortunate when that happens. Like I said it's not just the abilities, it's really a combination of everything that's making the run like an issue.
Yeah.
And this is just another thing too. It's like who the fuck wants to watch that? You know what I'm saying? Like me,
Yeah.
I'm a runner, right? So I'm gonna
Yeah.
run when it comes down to it. I'm gonna run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a Mudhead tournament last week, and they combined the two dudes in the finals combined for less than 5 passing attempts. They
Yeah.
probably passed it. Like if you ask them, they could probably count on two hands how many times they passed throughout every game they played. That's just not how Madden should be played right now.
I mean,
This
do
is
you think that has a huge effect on how much people want to watch Madden?
Man, nobody wants to watch that shit, bro.
Yeah. So do
I
you
don't care
think?
what Mudhead said. What those numbers say. Those numbers ain't those numbers.
Oh,
Let's just
in
be
my
honest.
head, oh yeah, we all know that. I mean, if anybody still thinks that's the case, I mean, they haven't been around really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
No disrespect to them. They do a great job. They're doing great things for the community. But them numbers we see on Mudhead ain't the numbers, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's better or worse than watching bunch. I mean, me personally, I'd rather watch people pass and people try to beat each other mentally a little bit. Now, obviously, people can
Bro, you got to
definitely have
think
been
when you're
some things
passing and playing pass defense. Exactly,
that,
bro. You
that,
got to
that,
think.
that's how. I
Come on.
mean, listen, see, and see the fact that me and you can play completely different, right? Completely different play style, and we feel the same way about it. That alone should let you know that it's something that needs a little tweaking. I feel like that's rare that we wind up on the same page. And I don't really think there's anybody that's really happy with how the game's being played right now, to be honest.
Yeah, like I said, I've talked to a few people around the community, people that I'm close with, and I don't think there's anybody that's really okay with how the game plays right now. And I think and not only that, it's like you got to put your stuff aside sometimes and just really look at the bigger picture. Like, don't we
Mm-hmm.
want more eyes on our game? Like
Yeah.
this game being the way that it is, there's no way that the game is it's a good thing. Like, just ask your community, bro. Ask the people that watch you play Madden. Do they want to? I know my community. When I ask them, they don't want it. Bro, they want to. They rather see me play something else. They don't
Yeah.
want to see no running. Like And I'm a runner. That's the
Yeah.
shit that pains me. Is like I want to run, but when I play weekend league, when I play mud, I'm passing. I'm not really just gonna run the ball unless I'm in a like if I'm playing you, I'm gonna try my best, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
all
feel
that.
you.
But nobody wants to watch somebody just sit back there and run every down. That's just and people are going, oh, you ran fullback. Yeah, when there's money on the line, I'm gonna do what I
You
have
gotta
to
do
do
it.
at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
for
even
sure.
that's besides the point. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's bad for the game in general,
So
and I
what?
think a few things just need to be patched. That's all.
So what did you think about the Madden Classic? Because that was run, 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 run the whole time, pretty much,
Oh, I
outside of
don't, bro.
kid.
I think those players have to play like that. That's the smart thing to do.
Oh yeah, for
Nothing taken
sure.
away from the players. Like you got to play how you got to play to win the money.
No, yeah, for
Um,
sure. But do you think ultimately
was it
that's a
boring though?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I would
harassing?
say yeah. You know, um, I would
Yeah,
say it wasn't. It's definitely not as entertaining as seeing some people pass. But that's the same thing you could say in real life. Like,
yeah, one
you want
thousand
to watch
percent.
Georgia Tech run the wing tee, or do you
Yeah.
want to watch motherfucker spread the ball out?
Man,
You know what
nobody
I'm
want to
saying?
watch Army versus Navy, or you want to
Yeah,
watch,
exactly,
you rather watch
exactly. It just
Oregon versus Oklahoma or something.
exactly.
Yeah. So I
So
mean,
that's just where we are with the game. Like the game is it's a passing league, and we're watching Oreo win a tournament with an 0 for 1
yeah. I
passing
mean,
or -1 passing yard, whatever the fuck it was. Like, come on, bro.
I do think that was salary cap. I personally feel like on Mutt, when you have everybody, I feel like the run's still good, but the way they had the salary cap set up, but that's a whole different topic as far as like, I feel like it's just that much easier to. Once I saw those two guys in the finals, that was when I realized something's wrong with the salary cap. And not only something wrong with the salary cap, you compound that salary cap problems with the game having this little things we don't like about it, that equals to people like you said with -5 yards passing winning games. You
Yeah, but
know,
that's not to take away from
Oh yeah, for
Oreo and the
sure.
King
That's
at the
why
same
I
time,
didn't
though. It's
kill.
like they
I
just got
tried
to do
not
what
to
they
kill
got to
him the
do.
best. Oh yeah, for sure. Like if I had the patience to run my quarterback into the line 30 times a game, I would do it too.
Hmm.
But yeah, I agree. Now, what else I was gonna ask you about?
And RB, let's talk about RB, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean
I
that's
love that
wild.
you take down the fumbles. I love that.
Yeah.
But there ain't nobody running like that with their arms, running full speed,
Nope.
able to be
Without using
that
their arms. Yeah, without using their arms.
agile. Like, bruh,
They should be
these
slow.
motherfuckers they're running full speed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to see an Olympian run like that. Then I'll be like, okay, there's different ways to run. But I had never seen nobody run like that.
For sure,
That's,
I agree that, and that changes the thing. Well, I did watch you play Henny, and he made me mad because he would throw the swing pass and just RB into one of your corners. Dude, he
oh
got
yeah,
to
yeah,
try to
yeah.
take a
He didn't even
chance.
try.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
come on, you got to take a chance out there. But yeah,
yeah.
The RB is pretty crazy. But I mean, with the way fumbles are, it should definitely not be able to run and change direction the same way. You should pretty much be on. If you're holding RB, it should be on the run. Like pretty much turbo shouldn't be an option. It should be the same run that you have when you don't hold turbo. Just a slow, even slower than that, honestly. And then you wouldn't
Oh, it
fumble.
was it was like that in the past. Like I don't know what they did. Like it was never like this.
Yeah,
Like in
I
the
don't
past,
know.
you used to like slow down a little bit when you used to hold RB. I don't
I,
know where they strayed away from that, but
yeah, that's
um,
definitely rough.
yeah, it's tough. And then it's like the way that the game plays, it forces you to have like people are putting these enforcers out there on defense. You pretty much
Hmm.
have to play that way now.
Yeah.
Which is again, you just play how the meta is. You adjust to it. So players are going to adjust. Like I said, I think there needs to be some sort of tweak to the game. Whether they bring, I don't think something like stumble recovery is just something they could just it's just going to appear in the game all of a sudden. I don't know if that's even possible, like with the game the
Well,
way
they
it is
took it
this
out.
year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah, it's like how
yeah.
can they add that back? That seems like pretty complex to me. Like
Yeah,
are
I
they
don't
going
know
to add
how the hell
stumbling back?
how video games work, and I feel like we all
Right,
tend to do things without knowing how the hell video games work. Really, I mean, who know? And I
right,
also feel like they have 8 people working on Madden. That's as far as the
yeah.
gameplay aspect of it. Now, the one thing I want to ask you, I mean, do you think what they made the run is good, right? Do you think this encourages more people, more casuals to play the game? Because ultimately, I feel like that's what they want. And I don't know if it
I don't even
encourages
think
more
so,
or
bro.
less. Because I would be
I mean,
pissed
just look at the
off.
views.
I would be pissed off that I couldn't stop the run. If I was the casual and I'm just going to a game and I lose and this person never has to pass, I mean, it may be easier for me to move the ball, but it might make me not want to play because I can't stop the damn run. What's the fun if I can't stop the run? You
Yeah, I
know,
think it's worse. I think it's worse. I think people are having less fun with the game right now. I mean, like I said, just look at Twitch. Just look at the viewership on Twitch, and like it's already cut in half, damn near. You
Yeah,
know what I
we're
mean?
cutting half
It's like,
since from August to September. We're cutting half.
and that's expected to cut down, but I always like I tend to ask people like, what's the reason? And it's like they ain't fucking with the game. They don't like the game right now. It's too easy to run. And I just feel like that's coming from the people, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing it as well. It's like, bro, why am I in a game with this dude that is 0 for 3 passing?
And
Should
you're
have
back.
thrown 2 picks. They're both dropped. That's drop picks is a whole nother thing that needs to be addressed. And then it's like he's broke 2 big runs on 3rd and 8. Because my dudes took bad angles or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? It's just
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way.
See, I feel like drop picks, they were good last year. I felt like last year you were bagging picks, and if the ball got tipped up, it was a turnover. That every time. Like
Hmm.
you were catching picks. Any time the ball gets tipped up in the air, it's caught for an interception. And I think this all goes back to, okay, now they want us we have to have tip drill, or we have to have pick specialists, and then these dudes will catch their picks every time, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, but it's
To
like,
really think
damn, bro.
about.
Like we're on the path where like, bro, we almost need an ability to get 11 players on the field now. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and
well,
I
what
feel
we
like that's going
doing with
down
these
that line.
abilities, bro? I need an ability for my dudes to jump next. Like, come on, bro. Actually, we
Mm-hmm.
already have that lurker.
Yeah, yeah,
We need an
yeah,
ability for them to run fast.
yeah.
Like, what the
Sprinter.
fuck?
Yeah,
Fuchs, thank you
sprinter.
for the tier 1, bro. Like,
Sprinter.
come on, bro. It's like ability season. Like, and here's the thing though. Like, I think that the superstar shit and the X Factor shit, I think that's good for the game.
I agree.
I said in the beginning, like, I think that's gonna bring more variety of rosters, and it'll make the game better if they balance the shit. Like, it's clear as day that escape artist is not balanced.
Yeah, well, I think they tuned that a little bit. I can't run away from them dudes anymore, like obnoxiously. I
Okay.
think Lawrence Taylor be on my ass.
Okay, yeah, I haven't
You know?
really noticed that. No, I really haven't been paying attention. Really, just been
Yeah,
going through the motions. But escape artists, for instance, like listen to the community. And why is there not a tuning like on Fridays? Like, you're telling me y'all they can't tune something? There's no way, bro.
who is the person that says I really want to be able to do that? Now me, I feel like I love pass. I love running with my quarterback. I love escaping, but I don't need it to be like that.
No, I don't need it to be like that, but I do think it has a place in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
I
feel like in the
shouldn't
past it's
not
been
I
cool.
should I have to be able to get away from somebody, bro. Like, there's no reason I should be running the same speed as 70 speed Aaron Rodgers behind the line.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I have
I
to
don't
be
think
able
it's.
to get.
I think Vic has been getting out of there. He was getting out of
No,
there
I
last
know.
year. And I feel like they just
Oh yeah,
made
yeah,
it that
yeah.
much worse to a point where I don't think anybody went there and said, you know what, I want to be able to run my quarterback faster. Like I don't think that's ever been a complaint from somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like they've been pretty good, and they just took something that people bitched about. Really, that was obnoxious last year was the mobile quarterback, especially behind the line and his ability to throw, and they just made that worse.
Yeah,
God
no, I'm
forbid,
with you on
yeah,
that.
God forbid in a couple months when these quarterbacks are getting four abilities, and everybody's Mahomes with 95 speed, it's going to be pretty crazy at that point,
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. Like I said, I think fast break. If what we saw, I mean, escape artist.
Mm-hmm.
If that's 100% speed, I would think like 70% would be okay with me.
Yeah.
If there were 70% of what that fast ass shit was with Steve Young when he first came out, I would be fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Outside of that, I think evasive is probably too good. Um,
That's pretty. I think that's light years better than Bruiser. Light years better than if you have any type of stick running and you can see you have any type of vision, it's just so much more lethal because it just
yeah,
when you just get so much turbo boost, you can change direction so quickly and make multiple people miss. Honestly,
yeah. I don't think that. I think like a nerf for that. Like, I thought about it. I was like, I don't think it should be an X factor. I think a nerf for that is like you should only be able to do it like if you do it more than 2 times, your dude should be red when you get
yeah,
back to
yeah,
the
yeah,
screen.
yeah, yeah. Like you should
That
have
would
one
that would
nice
at least
juke.
make you bring in a sub, for one play or burn a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't be able to spin 4 times. I've probably done like 6 moves in one play at times, and it's like
This guy,
you
yeah,
shouldn't be able to do those
he's a
cuts
GI
that
Joe.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, one cut is cool, obviously too, but when you start doing more than two, your dude should just be drained when he gets back to the huddle or whatever, and then they have a bigger chance of fumbling when they're red, and so on and so forth. But
Yeah, for sure.
um,
And
there's a
one,
few other ones that I think are pretty
yeah,
overpowered, but. I mean, like I said, if they were to balance those, I think the game would be in a better spot.
Yeah, I feel like they're pretty. As far as what's good on offense and then what's good on defense, I think it's pretty balanced. I wish there was some type of like a shedding chem that worked. As far as stopping the run.
Hmm.
I feel like the pass rush. I mean, my ends are on steroids. I feel like that works really good. I think
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah, but why don't they do that against the run? Like
Yeah,
why is my
I
dude
wish there
never
was a
like
chem.
swim moving against the
I would
run?
take the run stop chem over the pass rush. I'd be cool. Just give me the guy that's going doo and just like that's one thing about 3-4. When people run the ball in 3-4, my three down linemen are nowhere to be found, and my outside linebackers are nowhere to be found. They never make a play on the run, ever. They pretty much just
Hmm.
take up blocks, and these are
Yeah.
some of the best players in the game between Lawrence Taylor, Von Miller, Aaron Donald. These guys are just nowhere to be found, and I wish there was a chem where my outside linebackers could have run stopper, and it really worked to the point where they're going to shut this block instantly every time. And for me, that would help. I mean, all we're really dependent on now is let Pat Willis come here and just hit the running back. That's pretty much what
Facts.
I'm dependent on, honestly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like your D linemen never win. Like
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald on a guard should win sometimes to where he's 2 yards in the backfield. You know what I mean? And
Taking the
making
handoff.
the running back have to go so like change direction or he gets tackled. Like if you did that and we saw a 2nd and 12, because Aaron Donald won, that changes how the game is played immediately. But they never win on they never win on their one on ones. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald's just sitting there blocked.
Everybody's
You know what
blocked.
I mean?
And then
Fletcher Cox just blocked. You
the
know what I mean?
DBs like
It's ridiculous.
sometimes the pursuit is like I'm not going to chase after the running back. Let me just go chase after this guy that's going to block me. Like they want to get blocked
Hmm.
and they'll go right to the blocker, pretty much instantly. But I mean that is something that we can control by clicking on these guys, but it's just so difficult, especially in a pile. When everybody's bunched up in the
You
middle,
can't
you really
click on a
don't know who
lineman,
you're
bro.
gonna who you're gonna.
Yeah.
Not the line. I'm talking about like the safety coming in pursuit. The backside
Okay.
pursuit, something like that. But that's even tough when they're running a dive up the middle because you really don't know who the hell they're gonna click you on. And by the time they get you on the safety, you want to be on. He could be in the block already, and then it's to the crib, really. Now,
Yeah, it's
the
tough.
the one other thing that the chat bringing up is the 146. And that's something you had made a comment about that it stops inside zone pretty much instantly because these guys around the edge will always pretty much come
Yeah.
and tackle the running back in the backfield.
Yeah.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, and this is going for the first 2 months of the game, it does stop pretty much every shotgun run in the backfield, pretty much everyone, and that's one reason why it's so dominant. But I will say that if you do audible down, that shit gets pounded. At least on regs and salary cap. If you all have any type of run where you go audible down, whether it be a stretch or a dive, you're going to pound
Hmm.
the hell out of it. And the more tight ends you have, the better. Because they don't leave that edge free, and it's the edge that kills you in the 146. It's not the D tackle. It's not the linebackers. It's just somebody coming free off the edge. Really.
Hmm.
Yeah. So.
Um. So I see like shotgun ace twins, like
Mm-hmm.
they even come through on that, and it's like
Yeah.
I have two tight ends out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah. That's pretty rough. But like I said, if you're in that and you audible down to like ace dive,
hmm
I feel like you just pound the hell out of that defense to the point where it can't be on the field. Really, and that's what I
yeah.
would
No,
do.
no, that was really more of a comment. It's just like, bro, it's just funny that a defense with one lineman is what
Mm-hmm.
blows up inside zone. The best that I've ever seen in any of these past five Maddens is a one down lineman formation.
Well,
It's
I will tell you, I do feel like, and it's crazy, but I do feel like the less front seven guys you have on the field, sometimes the better the run defense. I really do, and yeah, that even goes for I formation and stuff like that. The 3-4 dudes, I mean, other than not getting pancaked, them dudes they don't really fight nothing crazy like that, and especially for the shotgun runs, I feel like if you're in 3-4 against that inside zone, that's almost touchdown, honestly.
hmm
That's something that's pretty much been in the game for me. I feel you talk about the best inside zone deep. Best I've ever had was quarters three deep. That was the best inside zone defense I've ever had. And
Yeah,
like you
but with
said,
the computer blowing this up though, like
oh yeah,
it was probably you blowing it up.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
okay
yeah,
with somebody shooting the gap.
yeah.
This motherfucker's coming off the edge,
And they on the
tackling the
safety,
running back right when he gets the ball.
and they
Like
on the
that shit looks
safety. Yeah,
it looks crazy as hell. And
yeah,
I mean like the pressure's crazy, so it's like it has the best of both worlds. Like you want to pass against, if you have to pass, right? You see 146, it's like all right, you're gonna get pressured. You
yeah,
can't run inside zone, so it's like you're in a pretty tough
Snap
spot. And it's
throw.
like,
Snap
yeah,
throw.
exactly.
Yeah.
You already
So
know me. I have two buttons. My thumb's on two
big
buttons. I'm
buttons. The big button. We still on the big buttons?
I'm pressing. Yeah, no. I ain't fucking with the big
Oh
buttons.
damn. So you ain't
One of
ready.
my receivers was hidden, and that shit cost me a game one time. I'm good, bro. I'm
All
good.
right.
I'm good on the big buttons.
So ultimately, like, what do you think would be best for them to tune up, and what would you think if you were there? If they came to you as a problem, this is exactly the thing we need fixed. What would you do to try to make the game
All right.
better and make it more interesting?
First off, I wouldn't run from Twitter like Clint.
You think that's what happened?
And
You think he ran?
I don't know, bro.
I think he
That's how
got
it
slapped
looks.
on the wrist. I think he got slapped
I
on the
don't know,
wrist.
bro. I'm gonna
And
be
the
on a
big
burner
boys.
at the very minimum.
He's on a
Ain't no.
burner. Trust me, he's on a burner somewhere. They be getting at me and telling me I suck. He's probably on Twitch right now on a burner. Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
probably got slapped on the wrist and said, "We don't want you doing this no more." Blah blah blah. And that's something we
Nah.
always and Skimbo always we always talk about some of those guys being on Twitter. I mean, it's a good thing, but I feel like it's a bad thing as well, because they become just absolute targets for people just to like say the wildest shit. And on top of that, sometimes they make it about themselves, really. They're mad. And
Bro,
it's their
there's stuff
product.
that Clint has said that is just so off the wall though. It's like, god damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you not play this game? Like, you're sitting here telling us suction tackle was working and
Hmm.
weird shit, bro. Like, bro, we play your game. We know what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, no, I don't
Play more
think
than
people
you
do. I don't
you
think they do. Like,
play.
who the hell do you think has the time? Like we talked about them having 8 people to work on it. Who do you think has the time to really go down there and really grind the game like we have? I don't think
Yo,
nobody's
can I
putting
make a
like that.
request? Can you ban someone named Run Dot in your chat?
Why are we banning Run
Just
Dot?
ban him, bro. Just ban him, bro. His name is Run Dot. First
Yeah,
off,
he's a
second
troll.
off, he's talking about 155 that I ran 10 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I don't even remember when
Bro,
one
eat
five
dick,
five was in the
bro. What
game.
the fuck are you talking about? Anyways, yeah, we're gonna let him make it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, somebody banned
Yeah,
him.
what needs to
Damn.
be done, bro? What needs to be done? Listen, RB, you hold RB, run slower. All right,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta run slower.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacks, if they get clapped holding RB, let that shit come out still. Like, you should
Mm-hmm.
not. I have been seeing fumbles, but it's like when I get hit by Tillman.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Tillman hits me, I will fumble with Vic when I've been running with holding RB on conservative. So I have seen that, but it's like, you shouldn't have to have an enforcer. If Willis hits you with no enforcer, that ball needs to come out.
Yeah.
All right, so I would do those two things. If there was the ability to bring stumbling back on offense, would love to see that come back. That would change, a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah.
I think again, there's situation. I wish I could show video of the situations I'm talking about where I'm literally hip to hip with a running back and I can't suction tackle him. It's
Oh yeah.
just so bad. Like, some sort of suction tackle there. I'm not asking for last year and the previous year where you're 3-4 yards away, but when I'm hip to hip, you got to be able to bring that dude down.
Yeah.
It's a linebacker, bro. My linebacker's athletic enough to make a fucking play on you.
At least
I
dive or
press A, you
try.
gotta make
Yeah.
that play. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, if you dive, they give the worst dive
Yeah,
ever.
you're
It's
not
like,
even looking at the ball carrier. You diving somewhere else.
yeah, bro. Yeah, that's just so bad.
Mm.
And then pursuit angles, man. If there was a way to make them better, I mean, I guess that would be nice to see them, better. But I don't know if there's a way. I also want to speak on enforcer real quick. Like,
Yep.
the fact that you click off and you're the best tackling is when you click off.
Pretty wild.
I don't agree with that. So, like, even though I want some of the stuff for the run to be, run defense to be better, like these things, clicking off of a defender, like, you should never get rewarded with the hit stick.
Yeah.
And when these enforcers are hitting you, like, the computer's getting that ball out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, like,
good amount.
yeah, that's something that for me is like more rewarding when you do it. Like that's the shit I get hype over. It's not for me. It's
Yeah,
not. It's not on my computer. I've always been against the computer making his sticks, all 1,000% of the time,
yeah,
because
facts, right? You should
what's
have to do it yourself.
that's what puts you in a battle with the cover three, all game run type dudes, because these dudes are clapping you. And it's nothing you can really do to stop because they come out of nowhere and just blow, blow, blow. But then ultimately that comes down to these guys paid $100 for the card and they want their card to do some shit for them.
Yeah, and
And that's the
enforcer like
balance.
that you have to have them to play run defense. Like, I feel like that's
That's run
to
defense
stop
right
the
now.
run right now. That it's good to have a couple of them. So I get it. I just do feel like if these things do take, like, if they did patch the run a little bit, then enforcer should definitely be looked at as well.
I feel like,
If
how
you
about,
click off enforcer, they should just make the tackle. They shouldn't be just clapping.
no,
You
they
know
get
what I
hit
mean?
stick. How about just they get, because sometimes people, a hit stick animation is good because one, they don't go forward at all. They get stopped dead in the tracks. But I'd be cool if they get the hit stick every time, but they just never fumble from a computer. Ever. I'd be 1000% cool with that. I don't think the
Yeah,
computer
I
should be
mean those. I
making
mean
game changing
that's
plays like
basically
that.
the same thing I'm saying. It's
Oh yeah,
just
yeah,
basically
yeah,
a
yeah.
tackle.
Yeah, make the tackle, never fumble, but I mean, but then at the same time, you should be rewarded that much more for clicking on and cracking somebody. Really, for me, I've never played like that to the point where, I'm Madden 18 with Cam Chancellor. It used to be running. What it used to be was running there, click off, and then click on in time to hit stick. Just let him take the angle, but then you still got to click on and hit stick. And now it's just I'm gonna user Tillman, and I'm just gonna guide him to the area, then click off him and just let him do work. Really,
Yeah.
he's never gonna
And
get
the
juked and
craziest part
never
is this
spun.
is probably the easiest year to hit stick that it's ever been.
Yeah,
And it's like we're not even having to do that now. Like we're even taking an easier way out by clicking off, and the computer's doing that shit for you, and that bitch ain't missing.
yeah, he don't miss. He
You
don't get
click
juked.
off
No,
on
just nothing.
Tillman. Uh, by the way, Pat Tillman, the best player on defense, career three forced fumbles probably in his career. I mean, God, can we get a different Mutt Master,
Nah, I
please?
mean the Mutt Master was cool, and we thought he was
Come
gonna be
on, bro.
ass. We were like, he
Now
probably
we
gonna be
respect the
ass.
troops. Listen. We respect.
Yeah.
Why is Pat Tillman better than Pat Willis in Madden?
Nah, but I mean,
Talk
I
about
don't
it.
mind that. Nah, man's been like
Nah,
that
fuck
forever, though.
that.
Nah, man's been like that forever. Where I mean, some shitty player is the best player in the game, but I mean,
No. Never Pat Tillman, bro. Come on, bro.
why
Come
Pat
on,
Tillman can't be the best?
bro.
Well, how about this? How about it's cool as much as people say. First of all, the best player in the game is free. Really, he's
Yeah,
free.
he's
He's
definitely the best player in
1000%
the
free.
game.
He's the best player in the game. 1000% free. You know,
I mean, I don't know if he's the best player in the game. I mean, that's hard to tell me he's better than Vic. Vic
no,
has
but
that
there's
ball
all right.
everywhere.
Here's my response to that. There's Lamar Jackson. There's Steve Young. There's two people that are comparable, right? There's no other Pat Tillman. There's only one Pat Tillman. So that's where I tell you, give me Pat Tillman and Steve Young, and you can have Michael Vick. So I mean, that's pretty much where it's at. Really.
Hey, back to my point. Give me Pat Tillman over Michael Vick. Yeah,
See?
I've seen it
There
all.
you go. Boom, Pat Tillman. But I said, shoot. I mean, I'm assuming that once Sean Taylor drops, hopefully they screwed the hell out of Dawkins with no enforcer. Hopefully that Sean Taylor comes out this week or one of these Madden 10 cards will be Sean Taylor and he
Oh
will have
yeah, no
enforcer.
Dawkins enforcer. That's crazy.
That was rough. That
It's
was
almost
rough
as
on
if
me.
they want people to run, huh?
Yeah,
That's
you know.
crazy.
Maybe they do want people to run. Maybe they think that's the best angle to get people to
Nah,
play.
I don't think so.
Because
I think they know. I think
that's
they
what their
know,
huddle
bro.
is. That's what their huddle is. How can we get people playing the game and watching the game? That's what
No
their
way
goal.
though, bro. There's no way you watch the Madden Classic. No way you watching this Mudhead shit and you think that the run like this game is anything close to something you want to turn on.
Yeah, but
Like at that
that's
point,
the
you just
goal.
watching for the player. You just watching to see. You just watching to see what these dudes are actually running. You're
Right?
not watching because you're entertained. You want to see what you can run. And I would
Score.
bet money people that watch that is to watch and see. Oh, let's see what I could take from this and running head to head weekend league,
Yeah.
watching for drops. I'm not watching because I'm entertained. Oh that shit looks cool, man.
And
God
that goes to
damn.
me. It goes to me personally. Looking at the Mudhead bracket in the past has been like, oh, Kiv about to play Clef, or you know what I'm saying Joe Rice is going to play Blocky, or whoever it may be. These people I want to watch play, and I'm excited about it. Me, I looked at the bracket, the final 8, and I was like, I'm good. I don't think I just.
I
It
heard
was
Joe
something
Rice
to
is
bet on.
running the ball. Is Joe
That's
Rice
how
running
bad it is. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if I seen Kiv play tomorrow and he's running the ball. Because I'll tell you what, if Joe Rice is running the ball, you know that came from Daddy. Kiv told him this is what you got to do, right? So Kiv is out there pounding.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro.
everybody
I
running the
asked
ball.
Blocky the other day. I said, Blocky, are we running?
Yeah.
Blocky says it's getting close if they don't patch it. I'm like, oh man.
Shit, I
Once
was
I see
done, man.
Blocky's willing to get a bunch, bro, I know the game needs to be patched, bro.
Skimbo gonna be the only one still running bunch verticals. Everybody getting ran over. He gonna be out there running bunch verticals, getting sacked and mad why he getting sacked. Like, dude, this ain't fair. But yeah, the run is crazy, and you know that's what their meetings are. How can we get people to play the game, and how can we get people to want to watch the game? Because that's what makes EA money. It's people playing and people watching. You know, that's what's going to
People
grow
would
the
still
most.
run the ball if you have like these things. If you just left the abilities as is, or fix those things, like I said, the pursuit angles, the the ability to stumble over people, like people would still like to run the ball. It
Yeah.
just wouldn't be things where you get extra yards. It's like these yards add up.
Yep.
You running into your dude and not tripping immediately for a pickup of two, but instead you pick up 5 yards, like that shit adds up. It makes the game super easy.
Yeah.
If you're picking up 5, 6 yards instead of one or two when you ran into your dude, you ran directly into your left tackle. Like that changes the game, man. Little yards will change the game a ton. I
And
mean,
I feel like because we play such a short game, which you alluded to earlier, we play such a short game that you can't be okay giving up 5 yards a run. Like you have to like try to stop these runs for negative yards or 1 yard, and that would kind of leads to aggressive defense, a lot more linebackers blitzing, a lot more man coverage to get these guys, and that's kind of what leads to the one play touchdowns. Because at that point, once you get one evasive, you get one jukebox, you're gone. I feel like I can kind of play safe, and I'm going to give up, 3 to 6 yards a run, but I'm not going to give up that one hitter quitter. But it's hard to play like that in such a short game.
that's the thing, though. This all goes back. That's making you play that way. You're giving them 3 to 6. They're 8 plays into their drive. You're 3 minutes into the drive, and then now you send pressure, and then you get popped, and then it's like one quarter's gone. You're giving up
You
7.
got a minute left, 2 timeouts.
Bro, exactly. And then you're at 7-7 at the half. You go down and get 3. This dude drains the whole, rest of the third quarter and into the fourth. And now you have one possession to get a touchdown. It's like you can lose to anybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're only having 3 possessions a game against some of these dudes. And it's like if the games were longer, then maybe you would be able to separate yourself more. But the way the game plays now, and you just have no way to really separate yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just run, and I don't blame the player. Like the comp player is gonna run until they fix it.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to play like that. You have to do what you got to do to get the money. So
Yeah. So now we don't have Clint to talk to on Twitter anymore. So what's the who do we follow to hear if they doing a patch notes update or they doing a patch? Like, is this just we just hoping? There's no
I
info.
don't even know, bro. I don't know. Maybe Kralo got so much shit going on with
Kralo
Mutt.
Mutt,
I don't
dude.
even think.
You think people care? You think people care about the run game? People care about the damn rewards and
Bro, the shit's been dope. I will say that though. On the flip side, like I feel like the content's been good this year.
Oh, it's been A1. And I see you play the kickoff a lot. The kickoff, or is it called kickoff? Knockoff, whatever the hell the superstar mode is. That shit is fun.
That game is fun. They need to fix the rewards.
1,000%. Because why the hell do I want to play it for nothing? If they gave me head-to-head rewards, I'd be cool. I play this shit literally for nothing. Like I'll get on there with my regular friends, the people I've been gaming with forever, like Proof bum ass. We get on there and play. This shit is fun.
It's
like
fun,
for
exactly.
no rewards, it's crazy. Especially if it's the
83
new mode.
Odell.
Yeah, especially if it's the new mode they want everybody to play, and they really, how much money they spent trying to promote this shit.
Bro,
it's like,
that's
why
what
not
I
just
don't
make
get,
rewards?
bro. They're willing to spend 140K on Tfue to play this shit for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I know that this mode's here to stay. Like, why were the rewards so ass?
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Just at least give us training. We'd be cool with
Fuck that.
20K training.
Bro, I want a 90 overall DJ Khaled. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to be out there with Khaled, Fast Break, and Escape Artist. Getting fucking loose. Not number 97.
No, you
fucking
Khaled.
dots.
Man, I mean, listen.
DJ Khaled and Yachty.
Jesus. They put Yachty out there, man. That's
in all seriousness, I do want some better rewards though. They need, and I gave them this feedback. I said there needs to be, how we have a Mutt Master Tillman.
Yeah.
A card that starts at 70 and you power him up as you level up. You have the Torrey Holt Master.
Mm-hmm.
You power up. Why was there not, a
Knockout Master or something?
Knockout Master. Start him at 70. Whoever you wanted it to be. It could be whoever. Odell Beckham. It probably wouldn't be a receiver because they're a receiver. Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Power him up from 70. You level up. You just keep powering him up. Like, it's just that's so simple, bro. And it's a card that you could just give away to people that play your fucking game. Like, I don't understand. Like that. Like Torrey Holt, if he stays at 90, nobody's gonna have him on his team, on your team, and like, nobody that really is locked in on the game that has a team is gonna have him on their roster in like a month.
Oh, they just gotta update the things. But then we go back to Pat Tillman. Torrey Holt, he's probably still the best receiver right now. I mean, T.O. is a monster. He just came out. But Torrey Holt's another free card, and Pat Tillman's a free card. I mean, I do feel like you said, the content and all this stuff is really awesome. And for me, as far as rewards, if they gave me a free Lawrence Taylor for playing knockout, it doesn't mean I'm not still buying shit for my team. You know, I think they have this fear that if we give out too many cards, maybe people won't continue to spend money. And for me, I spend money in my team. I don't even need anything. You know, it's just like an addiction. It's like I want to get my left guard better. I want to get my DBs better. So as far as rewards, I think they need to. It's cool if people play the game. They
could have gave anything, bro. They could have gave They could have gave Peyton Manning. Like people would have still did that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, knowing damn well like Peyton Manning's gonna be irrelevant because he doesn't have escape artists. Like they could have did that, and they chose to give 83 Odell and 83 Kamara.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's definitely kind of rough, but
tripping, bro.
They getting better.
88 plus, bro, and then they would have been okay. It's just I don't know, bro.
But
you want to talk about football real quick? Can we talk about the Niners about to be 3-0?
All right.
What's your team?
I will be honest. We 1-1 right now. I don't want to. We fought though. I really thought y'all were gonna lose to Cincinnati. I was impressed by Cincinnati win. I was.
Oh my God, we beat the piss out of them.
No, but because one, you agree with it. Y'all went to Tampa Bay, which is a far trip for San Fran. Shitty team, but y'all popped them, right? So y'all popped them, and I thought going back to San Francisco, then flying to Cincinnati on the road against a AFC team y'all don't play that often. I don't
even think they came back. I think they went straight there.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's pretty wild.
There. Even that's rough, being away from home for 2 weeks. Really, I feel like that's rough. And I thought, man, y'all wouldn't respond. But the fact y'all popped them, that was impressive. So so who y'all got this week?
You the Steelers.
Oh, y'all popping that? They washed. They pretty much in tank mode.
That's gonna be fun, bro. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I mean, overall, bro, like I think the game could definitely be, in a way better spot if they made those changes. And I think overall people will be more happy with the game. I just don't see a lot of happy faces around, on Twitch. Like the people that are fucking watching the streams, they just fuck with you at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Listen, you know how it goes. Like, shit, these kids be making me hot. They be in here all day. As soon as you start losing, as soon as you're in a 14-14 game, they come out the woodwork and they just ready to start air you out, man. And I tell you, I be hot. I be hot, but I know I can't let them know that I'm hot. But I be hot when they be trolling. Jeez.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
facts, definitely.
But you're right. I don't see the biggest drop off from when I play Madden from when I play 2K right now. I feel like it's damn near the same.
Really? For me, I mean, that's a good thing though for 2K.
And for me, I mean, that's ultimately a goal for everybody, I guess, that streams. But yeah, I think you're right. People that watch the stream, they really just want to come kick it. It's really not about how you playing Madden anymore, really, because I don't know if they're playing Madden. I think that goes hand in hand. If people are playing Madden, they want to watch it. If they're not so much.
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. So.
All right. I don't know. Well, first of all, I appreciate you coming by. I know you're a busy man this time of year. I just saw the rant, and it was the first time I felt like we was on the same page. And I felt because, man, I was like, damn, this is some shit I would say. And I remember Ultimate League, right? When Madden 18 talking to you about the run, and I remember I asked you, I said, damn, I thought you would like this game, and the way it plays. And you said, and what you said was, I'm a runner. I'm gonna find a way to run. Now they just made the game easy for everybody to run now. Whereas with something that I would do regardless. And make it good. But now they made it easier for everybody. And that's something that enlightened me at the time, because I was like, man, probably love this game. But now when they make everybody able to run, it makes it tougher for people that are real runners, I think.
Oh, there's no risk, really. It's like they're going to hold RB when they, like, people are smart enough to hold RB. Mm-hmm. You're not going to bait anybody. Like, when people are able to run, like, you take away a few aspects of you getting that ball back on defense. You can't bait. You can't trick somebody into throwing into your cloud flat or hard flat. There's no guessing game on that. It's literally the strip button don't work this year, right? Mm-hmm. Can you hit stick somebody and get the ball out, or can you put your defenders in the right place to make the tackle? And at the moment, your players could be placed correctly, and they could still dumb out and allow people to pick up 5 yards at a time. And it's not always like people just look at the big run. It's not just the big runs. It's 4 to 6 at a time. Mm-hmm. You average 5 yards a carry, like you're the best running back to ever play football. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, we
it's
out
just
here having
too
battles
easy,
with a break dancer because he can run the ball and juke and truck people.
bro.
That's it. That's all
I
you. That's
am
all I need to say.
bro. I don't even want to talk about that. We're supposed to link up this week, but I don't even want to talk about that. I'm sure he's gonna bring that up.
Yeah, that's rough. Like that
Uh,
shouldn't happen. Like that's when you first realize the game. I mean, this might not be it. And when you lose into a break dancer, that's rough.
I'm telling you.
So that's how
I'm
it goes.
telling you.
But cause
Like
we
that's
talk about how you've been ducking this weekend, Will. Cause you've been ducking the
uh,
wheel pretty crazy.
not necessarily.
So
It's just we got different schedules. Like you wanna go just Sunday. Sunday's tough day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no,
Especially
but we
now.
can't do Sunday now because it's football.
Yeah.
That
So
shit's
like it
dog
has
with
to
that.
be for me. It has to be like Friday.
I mean, listen, I'm a flexible human being. Friday
Friday.
sound like the move.
Lock it in. Okay, are you locked?
Do you still have a butt naked team? I still got a butt naked team.
Yes, I do. All right, just say locked.
Locked.
All
Friday.
right, if you don't show up Friday, it's $100.
It's on. All right, say no more. It's 100, 1,000%.
It's
Friday.
$100.
When listen,
Friday
I will
weekend.
be awake. You ain't gonna wake up till 5 p.m. my time. So
I
all
have
you
a
got,
22-hour stream Thursday, but I'll be up Friday. Yes.
whenever you wake up on Friday, you know what I'm saying
Oh, we doing that in the day.
when it don't matter. I'm on you. Pause. Whoa.
Oh, I didn't come on this podcast for that, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was
Mike, are
rough.
you in here, bro?
That was rough.
Get your man's, bro. I mean, that is just that's absolutely. I mean, I don't even think
Uh,
I don't even want to say it's unacceptable, but goddamn,
that was
you know,
unacceptable. It was bad.
that's
All right,
that
let
is
me first.
awful.
I'm on your time schedule. All right,
All
that's what
right,
we're gonna say. All
listen. All
right,
right, Friday it
man.
is. Friday it is for sure. Listen
Yeah.
though, you wanna fuck with this taboo later. Do you have a team that could play? Have you ever played taboo?
Taboo where you can't say the word, you can't say 5 keywords,
Exactly.
and then you got to.
It's 3-on-3. Your stream versus my stream. Get your three versus my three later on tonight if you're down with it.
All
Best
right.
gift is dubs.
Well, Bugs is gonna be asleep. He's probably already asleep. Um, Skimbo gonna be like, I gotta grind solo battles or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
Mike,
no,
does Mike play in 2K? I
oh
noticed he
yeah.
ain't on the squad. He got booted off your squad?
No, he on the team. We booted Fitz off because Fitz had a bad performance. You
Oh
know,
my God! Thank God,
he
bro. I
had a
watched
bad
Fitz go
performance.
1 for 7 with a sharp one game.
That
Like,
was probably say that was
I
probably
I, I
arguing. He
give
was
Joe
1 for
Rice a
10.
lot of shit. Like Joe Rice, like he a cocky motherfucker for being average.
Yeah, I
But
agree. I agree 1,000%. And the
listen,
thing about with Joe Rice is he never want to get better. He don't want to put any work in to get better. He cool where he at, and that's why I said you always
listen.
gonna be okay. You know.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel bad for Joe Rice because he be dishing that bitch to Fitz, and Fitz is a clanker.
No, because you're right.
Clanker.
Yeah, Fitz was rough. He definitely Fitz he can't put the thing in the basket. You know, it was rough out there. So we cut him. We didn't cut him. We just gave Skimbo a tryout, and then we started balling. And then what Fitz
Yeah,
did
but you
was
a tryout player? Holy
yeah,
shit.
but Fitz. Now that's my thing. Fitz, and then on top of that, Fitz ran and got a new team instantly. He ain't stick around to try to fight for his
I already
spot.
know he's on Drini's team. Tell me
Now he
I'm
on
lying.
Rose Bowl team. We gave Drenny Drenny's like our 6 man right now. You know what I'm saying? We get Drenny's
Oh
on
my
6 man tryouts. You know what I'm saying? So then, and Fitz ran and he played with Rose Bowl and some other dudes. I don't know who the hell he played with, but he
Oh
played with
shit,
them.
Fitz. Damn, y'all got beef now.
No, we don't have beef
Nah, I
because
wanted to
he's still
play,
like an
but
eighth
bro, they
player.
patched the badge glitch.
That's a new
bruh.
badge glitch. You sleep. See, your chat not helping you out enough. See, it's a new badge glitch.
Is it as fast as that old one?
No, you got to sit through computer games for like 4 hours.
Don't nobody want to do that. I don't even like
That's why I
paying
didn't
somebody to
do
do that. I feel like, bro, I'm. They're in a sweatshop at that point. Like I don't even like doing that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, so
Dude, you want to sit in a computer game with? Like, come on, bro. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I feel
mean,
guilty at that point.
that's how that's how you got to do it though. I mean, I think it's like it's like 2 hours of computer games, and then the last one you glitch the whole time, and you just got to get, make
You're
it
not getting
playable.
FIFA, huh?
I'm gonna get FIFA. I've seen enough. I've seen people want to
Bro.
watch the new games. I don't know. The one thing that I always care about is
FIFA.
I don't know shit about soccer. I barely know how many players on the court. I don't know. I really have never
Court?
watched soccer, but you know what the hell I mean. Like I have never played soccer. I have never watched it. I don't know shit about it. Like I don't know what defense to run. I don't know. Is there like a 1-5-5-5-5 trap or some shit? I don't know anything about it. Like
It's
so
not that hard.
intimidating.
Honestly. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I mean, it's really not.
Yeah,
You literally, it's a video game, bro.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But you understand how I have no. I know like 4 soccer players in the history of soccer, And
Yeah.
I'm really not into soccer. You know, I'm American. You know, we play football and basketball. There's no soccer in this country. You know, and that's how it goes. You know.
Pro clubs wager. Yeah, exactly. Invest pro clubs wager. We got to get them going.
Yeah,
If he gets it, we could definitely do that.
I don't
We
really
could
watch.
definitely do that.
I watch the World Cup, but just because I watch the World Cup every 2 years, does that mean I know what soccer? You know, I don't know what the hell is going on. Really, that's all.
Yeah,
But yeah, I definitely.
get
Yeah, I get it.
get a pro club team together from your stream. People that want to be on your team. It's basically a pro am. It's the same thing, but FIFA.
Oh, so we can play team
There's a
up.
game mode like that. Yeah, exactly. You're with the creative player.
No, say no more.
Yeah,
We
it's
definitely
just like that.
fry. See, that's
I don't
some
know
shit.
if
Yeah, that was
everyone.
coming
I
for.
don't know if people go 11 on 11 though.
That'd be
I don't think
nuts.
anyone plays goalie.
So, but it's dead ass
But
10 on 10, regardless.
yeah, you can do as many as you
Holy
want.
shit.
Yeah.
All right,
I believe there's player friends. Like we could play his team, right? Chat, just to make sure.
that might be hell.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we
Yeah.
definitely flood.
Oh, they said goalie is fun. Well, yeah, you could probably do
Somebody got goal.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not goalie, bro. Say the fat jokes. I'm not in goal. I'm letting y'all know now. I'm the striker, bro. I'm Ronaldo on the virtual field. You got me fucked up. Think I'm in goal.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
I'll
we
grab
could
it.
probably fuck with that.
I'll definitely grab FIFA.
All right,
Yeah,
bro.
I appreciate you coming by, man. For real, man. I'm glad everybody pretty much come through when I asked them to, and I appreciate you guys supporting the podcast to talk about Madden because it is a platform for us to complain and try to help the game, pretty much.
For sure, bro. Hey, pleasure. And yeah, just let me know. Weekend league. I mean, weekend wheel Friday. Don't forget.
I'm with the shits.
$100 if you do.
I'm with the shits.
And you need to get that 100 back. The Falcons took.
All right. I'm booing you now. Jeez, there it is, man. Prime Right coming on the chat, man. Appreciate him. Like I said, the best band player ever. Skimbo was on his ass, but got popped the one time, and that's pretty much GG that. But yeah, I don't know nothing about soccer. That's what it's about FIFA. I really don't know too much about FIFA. I don't know anything about soccer. You know, so to me, it's like, why do I want to buy and play soccer? I don't like soccer. I've never played it. I don't really. This shit to me is like, That's how I feel about that. Like I said, and for me, a bit trying to be a streamer, especially a sport game streamer, which I play the most. I think FIFA is an important part of it, honestly. Yeah, I know that we had the Philadelphia Union. I know that. But yeah, I'm not a soccer dude. So for me, I've never been into FIFA. Never wanted to get it. Hockey. I guess I'm a hockey guy. I mean, hockey not that. When the Flyers are good, between me, hockey and baseball, when my team is good, I'll watch this shit. The Sixers, when they were 10-72, I'm watching every game, watching this shitter team. I like basketball. The shit's entertaining to me. Mostly because I played it, you know, and I know I could, understand the game so much to the point where it's like, okay, I see what's going on pretty much every play. Same thing with football. Baseball, I understand 1,000%. But to me, baseball, if your team sucks in baseball, there's nothing worse than having a shitty baseball team, I'll tell you that. Hockey is definitely good. Hockey is awesome, but it all comes down to the Flyers. I'm not watching the San Jose Sharks versus the Detroit Red Wings ever in my life. Ever. No. But if the Flyers are good, I'm all in. Really. So, but that's how that goes. And I'm glad to see Proud speak out on the game because that's something that's, you guys say, oh, you guys don't complain about the game enough, blah, 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 everybody sucks EA's dick, blah, blah, blah. But when people complain about the game, that means and to a point, sometimes you don't want to complain about the game. Sometimes you don't want to, this is kind of, you kind of are working with EA. They help you, you help them by promoting the game. But for you to kill the game that much, it knows that it really means something to you and it's really how you feel. So it was good to wake up and read those tweets and agree with them 1,000%, honestly. But outside of Madden, I do want to talk a little bit of NFL. Ramsey is the news right now in the NFL, man. He is the news. Minkah Fitzpatrick got traded, just saying I want to trade, and he got traded. That's simple. He got traded for a first-round pick. Now, Minkah Fitzpatrick, young player, good player. I really don't know. I can count on no fingers how many games of Dolphins football I've watched. Don't know anything about Minkah Fitzpatrick. Decent player on Madden. God bless him, man. He might be tough. For me, Ramsey is different. Ramsey, say the best corner in the league. One, I will tell you guys now, as far as my stance on football is, it comes down to the line play, your offensive, defensive line, your quarterback, and your coach. Everything else, replaceable. Everything else is secondary to those three things. Give me the offensive line, give me the quarterback, give me a good coach. Good game plan, good play calling, all those things, preparing his team to play. You can see the best coaches in the league are always going to have a good team. And that translates the easiest. Best quarterbacks are always going to have a good team. Best offensive line, defensive line, that matters more than anything else. Everything else for me is replaceable. I feel like on the field, the Eagles definitely could use Ramsey. It's probably one of the biggest, I don't want to say weaknesses, but it's probably their weakest position, corner. For me, as far as Ramsey's concerned, Ramsey 1,000% for me comes off as a player that just is about himself. It's 1,000% is about himself. And I never really thought that the first couple of years in the league, but once we started talking about the contract, and once he showed up to camp in an armored truck, and I don't know. I just watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl and becoming an older human being and getting and understanding people's mental and their goals and what they're committed to and what matters most to them, really has me thinking about the game a different way. And I think, to me, I think you can see easier once you get older and around a bunch of different players, what player is really all about themselves. And really isn't necessarily all about the team. Now, I don't know if it directly correlates in winning and losing. Man, this player is all about himself. This player is all about the team. I don't think if it helps or matters. But ultimately, I think if you're in a team sport, man, when you guys have guys that buy in and play together and want to win for each other and want to win for the team, I think that's really more important. For me, I feel like I just feel like when a player is that obnoxiously all about himself, I don't think it's the best thing for any team. And people say he just wants to win. I feel like you can want to win and still be all about yourself. So for me, I just read what it said on what the quote was, and it's pretty much. For me, I honestly feel. All right, let me see what this Ramsey clip is, because that's just how I feel. I'm not, like I said, I'm really not the biggest fan of.
If I ever long, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna continue giving my all out there. All I care about is winning, man. Everybody know that. I want to win. Straight up, and I excuse my language, but everybody know that. That's who I am. That's that passion, that fire, that heart. That's what y'all love. And I'm gonna continue giving that as long as I'm here. I want all my dogs to go out there and ball. I want to ball with them on Thursday. If I'm still here. And yeah, man, I'm in a real good space right now. I'm at peace. Last week I came in here real positive. I'm still on that, man.
I don't know, dude. First of all, anybody gonna say that? Like, I don't know, man. I really don't. Honestly, I don't know the human being that much. I'm not really that tuned into Jaguars football. It's just some things that he's done that's like, just give me a sign that, man, it's about you. And I think honestly, even fighting coach, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously I want Jalen Ramsey, but I just want to play kind of devil's advocate with everybody wanting Ramsey and just see that type of person. He's a diva, dude. Period. He's a diva, and he's probably. And as the older I get, the further I'm getting away from divas. And it's kind of it flashed me back to when I was a kid, and I loved the diva. I loved Chad Johnson. I loved Allen Iverson. I loved these guys, and I could picture, and I just could remember my dad, who at the time was probably 45 or something, saying how much he didn't like them dudes. And now I've become that person where I could see, like, damn, these dudes are all about themselves. The show is them. The game is them. It's about them. And we talked about this about Odell Beckham with trying to wear the watch and everything like that, man. He makes this shit about himself rather than the team. for me, and that's kind of as I get older, the more I get turned off of those type of individuals, those type of players that make the game about themselves, man. Namdi was the opposite. Namdi was never that type of arrogant person, honestly. You know. Yes, get Madden collectible. Yes, Dr. McDots, get a Madden collectible, 1000%. Yeah, you know. Yeah, for real, shit. That's how I feel. I feel like when I was young, I was like, man, how do y'all not love Allen Iverson, man? He's awesome. Meanwhile, now as I get older, I look back at Allen Iverson like, what a dickhead. Like, dude, my man didn't go to practice. My man was at the bars drinking all night. He didn't give a fuck. Now, he went out there and balled, right? He went out there and balled his ass off, right? Like, he would put it all on the line. As much as we talk about Ramsey, he cares about winning everything, but he didn't give a shit other than that. You know? And now when I look back, it's like, damn, man, he really was. Maybe I wouldn't even like. Maybe I wouldn't even like them. You know what I'm saying? That's not AI slang. Let's relax. Now I'm just saying that the older you get, the more you look at the whole picture. You know. First of all, I will tell you this about a corner. If you're a $100 million corner, you better be able to play a yellow zone, a purple zone, a flat zone. If you can only play man-to-man, you're not that fucking good. Period. That's how I feel. If you can't make plays out there, that's how I feel. That's how I feel about the Namdi situation. We didn't use Namdi right now. Namdi was shot. Period. He got slow. Once you get a little bit slow for a corner, Namdi was always, he's 6'2", a physical guy. Once you lose that little bit of speed, that's the GG's, really. Honestly, that's how I feel about what happened with Namdi. But, I mean, yeah, Ramsey's very good. And Ramsey's young as shit. So, yeah, obviously, yes, I want the Eagles to get Ramsey. I'm just saying I don't like him. I don't like his personality. And I feel like the show's about him. You know, and you know, and as I get older, those are the type of players I tend to not stay away from, but tend to watch a little bit. I don't know how to explain it. Those are the players that I'm not that interested in having on my team. But the player's so good. The Eagles have so many leaders. They have a great coaching staff and a great owner. So I think it's acceptable. The Eagles can handle it, really. You know. Yeah, and then you got to pay Ramsey. He's the highest paid corner of all time. The Eagles they just paid the quarterback. They have a D tackle. They have a right tackle. They have wide receiver. The Eagles have a lot. It's not like they have the best salary cap situation going forward, really. And it goes back to when I first started talking about Ramsey was offensive line, defensive line, quarterback, coach. The rest of shit in the NFL is replaceable. 1000% agree. If you have some decent players, if you could find a decent wide receiver, some corners, like the Eagles won the Super Bowl with Darby and Jalen Mills. Their defense wasn't great in the Super Bowl, but they made enough plays. They made enough tackles. Give me some guys out there that can tackle and hopefully not give up big plays, man. If I have a D-line that can eat, I have an offensive line that can run the ball, protect the quarterback, and a quarterback making the right decisions, that's what I want more importantly than Jalen Ramsey. Really, that's how I feel. You know? And I think about the best defensive players ever. You know, I think about the best corners ever, how many have won a Super Bowl. The best wide receivers ever, how many have won a Super Bowl, you know? Yeah. Yeah, the D-line makes the plays. And Champ Bailey's one of the best. How many Super Bowls did Champ Bailey appear in? Period. I mean, yes. Well, I will tell you what, Deion Sanders was completely different. And Deion Sanders was different in a time where the game was different, really. Reeves got a Super Bowl when he was damn near a role player. He wants to be the show. He wants to be, it's all about him, man. I don't know. For me, I'm just talking about the downside of Ramsey as a player. You know, that's all. And I feel like the older I get, the more I realize players that are all about themselves. And that's how I feel about Ramsey. Of course he wants to win, and it's not mutually exclusive. Just because you want to win doesn't mean that you just because you want to win doesn't mean that you have to whatchamacallit, that you're not selfish. You know, you can be, Odell's definitely a diva. Odell's a super diva. You know. But I'll tell you. All right, so now I want to talk about what a man player do, and I'm going to talk about the Eagles game here. And this is small. I didn't really see anything on the Monday night game. To be honest, I didn't watch that shit. I watched a little bit and I said, all right, the Jets have no shot. But this is pretty much going on 2-point conversions. We done had 2-point conversions talk many times in this chat. And this is something that the Eagles do, and I know there's some Eagles fans in here. The Eagles do this as well as anybody as far as playing like a Madden player. So for me, and if you're watching this on SoundCloud, I mean, check it out on YouTube so you can see what's going on here. But the Eagles are down by 11 points right now. There is 5 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game, or left in the third quarter. So that means there's over 20 minutes of football left. So in the worst case scenario, you're talking about 3 possessions. You'll get 2 more possessions in the worst case scenario. One, I think what happens is the Eagles are going to throw this third down pass. Now, I talked about this game on stream a little bit, but one thing that killed the Eagles was that, as they throw this completion over here, one thing that killed the Eagles a lot was that they only had, as we see, and they'll go for it on fourth down, but they only had, their second tight end got hurt, so they only had one tight end, Ertz, who isn't the best blocker, so it's a little bit tougher to run the ball. Shout out to my man Dick Wong in the chat with the sub. Dick Wong is in the chat. Appreciate the sub. Somebody put some pennies in here. But the Eagles, 2 of their wide receivers got hurt. They're down to 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They have to run this personnel pretty much the whole game unless they wanted to put another offensive tackle in, or if they wanted to put 2 running backs in the game, something they really never practice. You know, so they'll come in here with, they only had to run 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now, they get this. Now, you honestly, a Madden player in the third quarter, you probably kick this field goal, especially 4th and goal from the 4. This is pretty wild. It's tough to get it. And if you don't get this, you're in a tough spot. Not taking this 9 points to go up, down 8. But what happens is the Eagles go ahead and Carson Wentz. Actually, the play is designed to go over here. Now, this is the things I love about Carson Wentz. You know, the play is designed to go over here with Ertz, and this is I believe this 13-6. This might be JJ Arcega-Whiteside or Mac Hollins. It's Mac Hollins, and look at this. You have 5 Falcons defenders on these 3 guys. They rush 3. It's pretty much GG's. And he's looking over here and finally comes back to the backside. Nelson Aguilar. Nobody comes to help. I mean, this guy's just mauled on the ground. Like, what's it? My guy, nice route. But the Eagles hit this touchdown. Boom, nice catch. Big play right there for Nelson Aguilar. And this gives the Eagles tons of momentum, right? Now, what the Eagles are going to do, they're going to go for 2. Now, me, if you guys watch me play Madden, I won't go for 2 unless I have to. The Eagles 1,000% don't have to go for 2 here. They don't have to. You know, it's not a necessity. If they kick, they'll be down by 4. If the Falcons kick a field goal, then they'll be down by 7. And this is what happens. The Eagles run kind of like a read option, I want to say. I believe this is just a little RPO. Could have handed off. He didn't like it. Linebacker, I don't know if he'd get in there. Rolls out. This dude, once again, just the best route in the world. The best wide receivers all over him. Ertz is kind of open, maybe get it, but Carson Wentz decides to go ahead and dive, which is crazy that when you dive, apparently you're giving yourself up. But he doesn't get in. So the Eagles don't get this 2-point conversion, right? So they're down 17. So because of that, they're down by 5. I didn't think he got in anyway because when he got hit, he gets touched pretty much right there. Really crazy. And this was a nice pop right here. Low hit stick from Malcolm Jenkins. But, all right, so it pretty much comes down. So the Eagles are down 5. They could have been down 4. And why this affects the game so much, as let's see this terrible pass by Matt Ryan right here. Next play, let's watch this Matt Ryan, this beautiful dot from Matty Ice. Just a great pass. Up 17-12, he threw that pass. But anyway, he throws a pick. So the Eagles are down 5. Yada, 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 yada. The Eagles start dotting. Well, maybe not. All right, so the Eagles down 5. They could be down 4, and when this when they get down here and eventually they score a touchdown with this crazy throw by Carson Wentz. I hope they replay this. Was pretty much the most wild play of the game was this throw with no feet, all arm, dot on the run. That's pretty crazy. And they get the quarterback sneak first and goal. They get a touchdown here. But now because they didn't get the 2-point conversion so much earlier in the game, they have to go for 2 here. Whereas if they would have just kicked and made it 13, this would have been an easy, no think about it, 20-17, you know. So that's just, it goes into 2-point conversions and pretty much when you should do them. And for me, the safest thing to do is really not do it till you have to. And now they actually have to get a 2-point conversion, and Wentz falls on the ground and can't spike the ball right. I don't know how they let Zach Ertz get open for this 2-point conversion, but it happened. And Wentz just routed. Or whatchamacallit, he ran the little angle route right there. Third and 3. This like, this is for the game, and look where we lined up. You know what I'm saying, chat? Like, if you're gonna be this aggressive with the mid blitz, boys, let's go all out, man. You know what I'm saying, chat? Let's get down in here and get physical. Am I wrong for that, chat? This was just a play call, really. But if Rasul Douglas is down here, you know what I mean? Like, the worst case scenario is you're gonna give up just a fade over the top. But I feel like it's just make him make the tough throw. Matt Ryan don't want to put Julio Jones on a fade and throw a touchdown to him. No, he wants to throw something easy, and they picked the easiest play really to run. As you see, the Eagles out here with 6 guys up here. Somebody's going to come free. And ideally, in this situation, you want it to be the defensive end. Really. And they call the right play. They run this little janky wide receiver screen. And because this dude is 10 yards off, he's goodbye. Julio's so tough. This is Rodney McLeod, 86 speed. This is Sendejo, 83 speed. And look at the angles. But they're already 10 yards to his inside. They have no shot, dude. Then the Eagles start dotting. You know, the Eagles are just a dot team right here. They're just full of dots. Carson Wentz. This is fucking nuts. This is, like, as much as the Eagles didn't win, but, bro. Okay, you can't press or slant. Oh, because you press, that means a slant is just a dot, right? So what the fuck are you guarding then? So what exactly, people in the chat, YouTube people in the chat are just the dumbest people in the world. You can't press or he'll run a slant. So playing 10 yards off is going to stop the slant. It's 4th and 3. You're not playing to give up 5 yards. You're playing to get off the field. This throw was unreal. Once again, look at this offensive line. The Eagles' offensive line just got hammered all game. It really did get hammered. But look, the receivers are, these guys are all the way back here. This guy's in here. This guy's pushing Peters back. Malo actually does a decent job. Look at the throw, my man, under pressure like this. Look at this throw. It wasn't perfect. Perfect would have been a touchdown, but come on, man. Is that not a dot? Is that not a dot, chat? Chat. Like, can we put some respect on my man Carson Wentz a little bit? And we'll talk about, obviously, we're going to talk about this play right here. Another beautiful ball. Would have been a game-winning touchdown, and he bounces off his face. Yeah. But Carson did miss a 3rd down pass in this game that, yeah, you don't see this pressure right here? Look at these guys eating. Oh, he gets sacked, hit on the ground. How is that not a late? Like, that's a mega dot, dude. I wonder if they're going to show every play. That's one thing about these. 3rd and 8. This is the one he missed right here, I think. Yeah, he missed that throw. This is where pressure is accumulative. It really is. Like, when you're under pressure so much, I mean, not that he can't really step up. It just gets into your mind, man. But this is the dot that I was pissed off that he missed this wide open, this pass. You see how he stepped. He stepped bad. He stepped almost sideways. His feet weren't underneath. His feet weren't where they were supposed to be. This is the pass that I'm killing Carson Wentz for this one. His feet weren't in that throw at all. He missed the wide open Ertz. That would have been 1st and goal. He would have got out of bounds. 3rd and 8. Ertz just got to fight for that a little bit better. He got wrapped up way too easy. And that's how the game ended, really. Dick Wong, my guy, I appreciate you coming through with the sub, man. It was close. It was close. It's just, you just can't get wrapped up this easily, man. Like, really, this got to be a 1st down. But that's how that worked, man. And honestly, what a man player would do part, really, it's for me, is just about the 2-point conversion and how it affected the game. You know, it was a great game, fun to watch. The Eagles were really decimated by injuries, and I was proud of Carson Wentz that game. I really was. He balled out, man. Really. Yeah, he was hurting. Yeah, for me, it's like Ertz. They showed a lot of heart that game, so you gotta be proud of that as a fan, and they really put it on the line, man. But speaking of the Eagles, I am having a Madden tournament this Sunday, pregame of the Eagles, man. I don't think there's going to be a stream chat. I think it's just going to be for the people that are there, whoever decides to show up. When I get the link, you guys will be the first to know. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you should definitely do that, because that's probably where I'll be posting the link right away. But we are having a Madden tournament. We had it last week. Gares won it, or it was 2 weeks ago, the Eagles home opener. It was a 16-person tournament. We played it. We started around 10:30, 11 o'clock before the game. And it's right there at the Wells Fargo. So if you're tailgating at the Eagles game, if you're coming to the Eagles game, if you are in the tri-state area and want to play a $1,000 Madden tournament, I mean, have fun, check it out before the game, see the Eagles tailgate, even go to the Eagles game. I mean, it's definitely a great opportunity. I want to continue to talk to you guys about this. For me, it's something I want to continue to grow. Just, between Eagles, football, Madden, it's a great thing. And I am glad that it's something that Nerd Street wants to put on. And I will be there this weekend. They told me no stream. We really don't need you to be there. You can come and play. And I told them, if I don't promote, I'm going to show up and win $1,000. It's a free $1,000. But I'm going to promote, show up there, and really try to get some people involved. If you're in the tri-state area, stay tuned. So it's a great opportunity to win some Madden games and win some money. But, like I said, follow me on Twitter. I will definitely talk more about that and give you updates on that. Every Eagles home game, we're going to have a $1,000 Madden tournament. Now, once we get a 4:15 or 4 o'clock game, or we get a night game, it might be a 32-person tournament. I might make it a 64-person tournament. We might really amp this thing up and make it maybe $5,000, maybe $10,000, whatever it may be. But the more we grow it from the ground up, the better it will be, and the easier it will be to grow these little Madden tournaments here and there. But this was the Needed Podcast. This was episode 47. It is, what is it, September 17th right now, something like that. The U time with the sub. I appreciate it, my guy. We are, what am I saying? Around 1,000 subs. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, but we're trying to make big moves with Madden, especially in the city of Philadelphia. Also, man, but like I said, follow me on Twitter. I'll release a link for you guys to sign up for that pretty soon. This was episode 47. Please hit the like button, subscribe. If you're on SoundCloud, do the same. Appreciate you guys, and big thanks to the GOAT Problem right coming through talking about what's wrong with the game and how we could fix it.